All of our Ames sports are sponsored by Bank of Easton, Easton Lions Club, Law Firm of Sutton & Sutton. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for their support in producing this sports season.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Nixon Gymnasium for some girls basketball action. Oliver Ames is taking on Mansfield tonight. Today is February 5th, 2024, and we are just about ready for the jump. Sarah Hilliard will be taking it as usual, and we are off. OA wins the tip. Cameron Durba takes the ball and passes over onto the wing as we get started here from Nixon. Tonight is the Don Byron Memorial Game. We will be honoring Don Byron tonight, and I will let you know very shortly as Oliver Ames gets their first bucket of the evening. That is Annie Riley with the layup. I'll be letting you know very shortly on how you will be able to donate to the fund and honor Coach Byron tonight. So, Mansfield with the ball here, and they are looking pretty strong this season so far. They have 9 wins as the three is chucked up by Troilo. She does not get it to go. Hilliard the rebound, and here we go down the floor on the fast break. Hilliard takes it all the way. Right-handed layup on the left side does not go. Rebound goes to Fitzpatrick, and Mansfield comes up with it. Little jump shot is blocked by Durba, and here come the Tigers yet again on the fast break. They like to run the floor. Pass down into the paint to Gamble. She up fakes and she gets fouled. So Avery Gamble going to the line for some early free throws here in the first quarter, as OA already has themselves a 2-0 lead in this one. So starting for the Tigers, you got Avery Gamble, Cameron Durba, Cadence Durba, Annie Riley, and Sarah Hilliard, as Gamble knocks down both free throws to get OA up to a 4-0 lead early. Mansfield having a strong season so far. Oliver Ames having a slightly stronger season, but so far these teams are pretty close in the Davenport. They have the same amount of wins on the year. Mansfield 9 division wins, Oliver Ames 11. OA sporting an 11-1 record. Layup is no good by 33, that is Spagna, and here comes OA on the fast break yet again. Durba out to her sister, who up fakes, goes to the line. They're going to call a travel on her. Debatable. But you got to respect the call. Troilo driving into the lane. Left-handed layup is no good. Rebounded by Cadence Durba. And the ball will be brought up the floor as the offense slows down a bit here for this possession by Avery Gamble. Gamble over onto the wing for Hilliard. Hilliard bounce passes into Cadence Durba. Right-handed layup off the glass and in. 6-0 lead for OA. Mansfield going to inbound the ball to their point guard. And they come up the floor. Caitlin Troilo picks up her dribble and gives down into the paint for Santos. Santos puts up a hook shot, gets her own offensive rebound, puts the ball back on the floor, goes up, and is fouled. She will go to the line for 2. I believe that's going to go on Cadence Durba. And it shall. So tonight is the Don Byron Memorial Game here at Nixon Gymnasium. If you would like to donate to the Don Byron Foundation Fund, you can do so. You just have to go onto Venmo and send any donations that you may have to @Don-Byron-Memorial Foundation. We'll get that up on the screen for you in just a moment, as the second free throw is up and good. 6-2 now. Here come the Tigers. Coach Costello calling out the plays for his offense as Gamble gives to Hilliard, who's going to let one fly on a catch and shoot and knock it down. Sarah Hilliard, not known necessarily for her three-point shooting, but she's able to knock that one down. She had no hesitation. She put that thing right up. Troilo gives to 24. That is Palanza. Palanza gives to 33. That's Spagna. To 11. That's Fitzpatrick, who drives into the lane. Cannot get it to go. And it's Annie Riley who pulls the rebound down for the Tigers. Up the floor quickly back to Hilliard, who does the reverse layup and gets it to go. Nice layup by Hilliard, and that's going to be a timeout for Mansfield. OA comes out strong in the first couple of minutes here and opens up an 11-2 lead very early in this one. They're looking strong, and Mansfield has so far been unable to get anything going offensively. There is, in fact, a 50-50 raffle going on tonight here at the Nixon Gymnasium. All of the donations and money will be going to a great cause, Coaches versus Cancer, as well as for scholarships that will be going to the OA students. There's a fund that they continue to add money toward, and it's a great cause. So definitely do your best to send what you can. It is going to a great cause tonight. So coming out of the timeout, Mansfield looking to figure things out offensively, as they've been a little bit stagnant thus far. Same lineup out there. Actually, you have Kelsey O'Connor into the game, the freshman for Mansfield. So that's actually going to be a travel call against, I believe that was Troilo. Gamble with the ball. She gives over to Cameron Durba. Durba driving with the left hand, gives to Riley in the corner, who gives to Hilliard. Hilliard to Cadence Durba, who chucks up a three. Hits the front rim and bounces high. Riley fights for the rebound, but she will not get it. It is out on her, and it will be Mansfield ball. Just about 4:30 to play here in the first quarter, as Mansfield looking to get on track offensively, as there's a decent little entry pass by Santos, but it is turned over by Mansfield. Here comes OA. Gamble on the left side of the floor. Loses her dribble for a second, picks it back up, and she steps out of bounds. Ball will be back in the possession of Mansfield. It's Troilo. She's going to give to number 25. That is then passed on to O'Connor. Santos going to let a three fly from the top of the key. Off the rim, no good. The ref will call that Oliver Ames basketball. Number 25 for Mansfield tonight is going to be, so I'll get that for you in just a moment. That's Kaylin Troilo. So, of course, what was the other number I was looking for? 24 is Ella Palanza. 25 is Sophia Foley, so that's the one I was looking for. 25, not 15. So OA, nice entry pass by Durba to her sister, but she can't get the layup to go. Santos pulls the rebound down for Mansfield and brings it up the floor herself. She surveys the floor, goes down into the post, and makes a pass to Troilo. Troilo brings it back up to the top of the key as they set their offense. She drives, pulls it back out to the corner, and gives it to Santos, who's going to try and let one fly, but it is blocked by Hilliard. And a nice defensive play there by the senior captain. Inbound goes to Troilo, and Mansfield is going to reset here. They only have 9 seconds, though, so they're going to have to do something quickly. Santos surveying. She drives down on Durba, puts up a right-handed layup off the glass. It doesn't go, but the offensive rebound is then picked up but rejected by Cadence Durba. Little floater by Troilo gets it to go, so Mansfield able to get on the board there, despite a couple of a miss and a block. foul is going to go on Mansfield here against the Tigers as they reached. Inbound will be coming from Cadence Durba shortly. Inbound pass is tipped away. It's going to be off of Hilliard, and out of bounds it will be Mansfield ball. Just a second coming off of the clock there. So 2:35 to play here in this first quarter as Mansfield has it, and they will move the ball around the perimeter as that seemed to be a double dribble, but they won't call it, and Owe's going to get the rebound. They push it strong up the floor, and Cameron Durba gets the left-handed layup to go. Palanza to Santos. Santos drives baseline, but defended well by Durba. It is slapped out of bounds by the Tigers as Mansfield will have 16 on the clock. Into the game for the Tigers comes Catherine Farley as well as Mary Rhodes, senior and a sophomore respectively. Santos goes up and she is fouled. She's fouled. She's going to the line for two. So Santos is off on the first one. She's a senior this year. And she gets the second one to go, cutting the lead to 8. Here come the Tigers up the floor, still with pace, even out of the inbound. That looked like a reach, but Gamble's going to drive anyway. Gives to Hilliard, who goes under the basket and around. Takes it back up at the short elbow. Puts up a little shot off the glass and in. Sarah Hilliard extends the lead to 10 with 1:30 to go in the first quarter. That is 25. That is Sophia Foley. The shot is taken by Palanza, and she can't get it to go. Tigers push it up the floor. Gamble takes it baseline, looks to put up a little reverse layup, and does. She's going to go to the line for 2 as I fix the clock. 1:19 to go now. So Gamble going to have 2 free throws here. And Gamble misses the first. Gets the second one to go. Referee calling for the basketball as the inbound will be taken by Sophia Klang. And here comes Hella Palanza giving to Klang again. Troilo drives baseline, gives, and it goes for Palanza. That's 2. Hilliard dishes it over to Cameron Durba, who thought about it, but she's going to put the ball on the floor instead. And they're going to call an offensive charging call here. Durba gripping her right leg with 50 ticks to play in the first quarter. First off, I wasn't totally sure about the call because I didn't think that the Mansfield player was set, but you definitely don't want to see one of Oliver Ames' top scorers limping off the court. Whistle is called. I believe that's going to be an offensive foul. Not exactly sure who it's going to be on. It is on number 23 for Mansfield. Nope. Sadie Jablonski. Is that right? I believe. I don't see 23. Oh, no, as she gets the steal. So she's able to make up for her mistake. As she gives to Troilo. Troilo driving. Pushing shot up the floor. Crosses over on Rhodes, but she can't get it to go. Good defense by Rhodes with 12 to go. Here's Troilo down into the paint as Kelsey O'Connor is able to get 2 more free throws. Mansfield doing a good job of attacking and getting to the line so far in the first quarter, even when their offense hasn't necessarily been leading to consistent buckets on the floor. Free throw is good for O'Connor. Got 4.8 to go here in the first quarter. Second free throw, it rims out. Rebound goes to Hilliard. Gamble pushes up the floor. She's going to let one fly from half court. No good. Almost, though. So at the end of the first quarter, OA holds a 16-8 lead early. As, once again, I'm just going to remind you folks that tonight is the Don Byron Memorial Game. And you can see right on your screen here how you can get involved in donating tonight. Again, all of these donations will be going to Coaches versus Cancer, as well as scholarships for the OA seniors. Coach Byron, of course, the legendary Oliver Ames head coach, passed away in 2021, but had a huge impact on the entire foundation of Oliver Ames basketball and Oliver Ames athletics. Won 448 games in his illustrious career, and he was inducted to the Massachusetts Basketball Hall of Fame in 2018 as the Oliver Ames Tigers look to win this one in his honor. Second quarter begins here with Mansfield possessing the basketball, crossing over, driving on the baseline is Troilo, but it's turned over as that's Zoe Swanson is able to get the steal, and they foul. So Swanson comes right into the game and makes her presence known, makes herself a nice little play there. As Annie Riley's going to be passing the ball in here. Inbound goes to Rhodes, and here we go. Ball goes to Hilliard on the wing. Then to Riley at the top of the key, back to Hilliard, who's looking to maybe get it down to the post to Swanson, but can't do it. Gamble drives, gives to Riley in the left corner. Hilliard again going to catch and shoot for 3 and knock it down. Sarah Hilliard, she's looking like she might have the stroke tonight from three-point range as she puts Oliver Ames up by 11. Here's Klang, steps back and gives to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick gives to Palanga, who puts up a little floater on Hilliard and gets it to go. A nice shot. Gamble to Hilliard. Hilliard picks up her dribble and gives down to Swanson in the post. Rhodes gets the ball in the short corner and gives out to Riley, who then gives to Gamble on a quick pass. Gamble driving with the right. She puts up the floater and gets it to go. A difficult shot, but she's able to make it count. Here's Klang. Klang going to let one fly from 3 off the front rim. There's a lot of contact down low, but there's no foul called. Fighting for the ball is Riley. She gets it. No jump ball called either. Gamble tries to give down into the lane, but it is tipped out of bounds. It will continue to be OA basketball as we're going to get a couple of substitutions here as the Durba sisters come in here. Riley going to pass the ball in. Looking for Cadence Durba, finds her. Nice shot there on the underhand. OA goes up by 13. That looked like a travel by Fitzpatrick. She's going to put up a shot and knock it down. 2 points there for Fitzpatrick. Gamble pushes up the floor and gives to Cadence Durba, who fakes right, goes left, puts up a shot, and misses the backboard. Here comes Mansfield. It's Klang. She loses the basketball, but it's going to be off of a Tiger, and it will stay Mansfield's basketball here. Mansfield coming with a little bit different of a pace here, as we've seen some different players subbing in for them. Inbound is stolen by Riley. It was definitely a reach, but the ref did not see it, even though he was directly in front of the play. That's all right, though. Gamble's going to let a three fly from the corner. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Spagna. Up the floor to Troilo, who lets a shot fly from 2 and gets it to go. So 23-14 now. I apologize. I keep forgetting about the clock. We'll stay Tiger basketball here. Inbound is going to be passed in by Durba as Swanson comes out of the game. Strong couple of minutes there for the forward. Cameron Durba on the wing, dribbling, maybe looking to get a screen from her sister. Goes left, finds a pass into Riley, and it rims out. The foul is going to be on the Tigers, and it'll be Mansfield ball. It was a good look, but unable to finish. Passes into Palanza. Palanza gives out to number 33. That was Spagna. She misses long off the rim as Gamble gives to Hilliard, who lets a 2 fly, and she is on fire tonight with the jump shots. 8 points in the first half off of jump shots alone from the senior captain, who is known for her presence in the paint. She is doing it all over the floor tonight. Santos in the post on Durba. Durba playing strong defense, but Santos gets it to go as Owe brings it up themselves. Durba's going to let a long 3 fly. Hits the rim and rebounded by Troilo. Troilo going to take the ball up slowly for Mansfield and call out a play for her offense. Tries to, yep, she does get it to Palanza, who drives, gives to Santos, and she is fouled. She's going to go to the line for 2 more. She was hit in the arm by Annie Riley, as Rose will come in for her. Yes, it was Annie Riley. It will not be a shooting foul, though. It will be on the floor, so the inbound goes to Spagna, who is fouled. Tigers don't agree with that one either. Costello wants to see more fair officiating, as Santos is going to let one fly from 3. Hits the front rim and is rebounded by Hilliard. And here come the Tigers up the right side of the floor. It's Durba. Durba with the left hand. She picks up her dribble and gives to Hilliard, who had some space, but gives to Cadence Durba, who makes a move but is blocked on the drive. Nice defensive play by Mansfield. As on the other side, it's Kira Fitzpatrick knocking down a triple. Gamble had an open shot. She decides to drive instead. Goes up with the left hand. No foul call there, as Mansfield will take the ball up themselves once again. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the half, as Mansfield has taken control of the second quarter, and they're looking to get back into this one. Spagna going to let a short 2 fly, hits the front rim, and is rebounded by Sarah Hilliard. She pushes the ball up to Gamble. Gamble goes up with the left hand and is hit hard, so she's going to go to the line for 2 here. Free throw is up and good for Gamble, pushing the lead to 7. Cameron Derber comes off the floor, Mary Rhodes, and I can't see her number because her hair's so long. I think that's Hannah Dupil. It is. They're going to take the guard responsibilities for the moment here as Derber gets a break on the bench. Driving is Troilo. She goes up with the left hand. She can't get it to go. Rebounded by the recently substituted in Dupil. So Gamble takes it up slowly. Gives to Cadence Derba on the wing. She has some space. She's going to give it to her senior captain, fellow counterpart, Hilliard, who gives back to Derba and vice versa. So Hilliard is going to let another 3 fly. Hits the side of the rim and bounces out for a rebound, which goes into the possession of Mansfield. Mansfield driving now. It is Troilo who gives up to Santos. Santos trying to get it to Fitzpatrick and does. Fitzpatrick calling out the plays at the top of the key. Gives to Santos. Santos gives to number 3. That's O'Connor. Driving is Troilo, and it is blocked by Cadence Derba. A mean block as Troilo hit the ground on that one. Derba fakes the pass, lets a 3 fly, hits the front rim. Rebounded by the Tigers, though. Derba driving with the left hand, fakes the pass, gives back out to Hilliard. Gamble, driving right, gives to Rhodes. Rhodes immediately looks to pass, gives it to Derba. Hilliard on the wing with Santos on her. Passes to Dupil. Dupil to Gamble, moving the ball well, but Mansfield is defending well. Hilliard gets into the lane, lets a right-handed floater go, and got it. As they extend this lead now to 10. Just over a minute to play here in the first half in the Don Byron Memorial game between the Oliver Ames Tigers and Mansfield. As Gamble went for a steal, gambled, but could not take it. But did enough to where Mansfield didn't end up getting himself a bucket on the other end. Palanza up fakes and drives. She hop steps into the lane, puts up a floater, and gets it to go. Nice little shot by Palanza. As we got 45 seconds to play here in the quarter. Dupil gives to Swanson. Dupil. And then Hilliard drives, puts up a little floater of her own. Can't get it, but Swanson gets the offensive rebound. She went up strong, but couldn't get it. The fight for the ball goes to Jablonski, but OA retains possession. Gamble is fouled on the drive. She will go to the line for 2 more. An exciting turn of events here at the end of the quarter as OA tries to keep their lead as big as it can be. Gamble first free throw is good. Second free throw is good. We've seen strong play out of several Hornets tonight as Fitzpatrick has played well, Santos has played well, Palanza has moved the ball efficiently. I think that, the Mansfield coach would tell you that they're looking for a little bit more out of their point guard as Palanza is blocked. Great defense by the Tigers as they'll push the ball up the floor. It's Swanson. Swanson looking for a guard, finds Gamble. Gamble gives to Hilliard, who sidesteps left and puts up a little floater off the backboard. Can't get it to go. Swanson got the offensive rebound, but cannot finish. So we have reached halftime here at the Nixon Gymnasium. This is the Don Byron Memorial game. Oliver Ames leading by 10 here as we go into halftime. They played a strong first quarter. They played a pretty strong second quarter, but better defensively in the first than they were in the second. It took a few minutes for them to get it going there in the second quarter offensively, but they did. And so it is 31-21. We will take a quick break, and we will be right back with the finish of this one between Oliver Ames and Mansfield, ladies and gentlemen. Catch us back in the second half. 10 minutes.
There's a storm.
Join me, Priscilla Almquist-Olsen, to explore the town of Easton and its interesting, engaging, ordinary, and extraordinary people. and meet a smorgasbord of guests, including artists, authors, musicians, business owners, community organizations, clergy, local leaders, etc., etc., etc. Community Forum at 3 p.m. on Thursdays and 1:30 p.m. on Saturdays. See you then.
Hi, I'm Jen from Fantasy Crafts. Turn your average household items into fun for the whole family. Let your imagination run wild. It was my decision. You be quiet over there. Fantasy Crafts playing Monday at 3 p.m., Wednesday at 1 p.m., only at ECAT.
Hi there, I'm Gail Devins, and join me as we discover all the businesses that made Easton great. This is a wonderful, wonderful place. I cannot wait. I want to do it. I want to go there. I am definitely coming back, and I know you will too, because I'm telling you something. It is absolutely amazing in here. What a wonderful way to discover Easton. It's right here in Easton. Showing at noon on Mondays, 2 p.m. on Tuesdays, and 11 a.m. on Fridays, only on ECAT.
Hello, welcome to Easton News. I'm Abby Kitchenham.
And I'm Jack Ryan, and together we bring you everything you need to know about Easton, including politics.
The annual town election is scheduled for Saturday, April 22nd, 2023.
Community events.
Be Inspired, Counseling Presents, a parent and child coping workshop centered around a new year and new beginnings.
And sports.
Pressure builds diamonds, so we live by that every day of practice, going into every game.
With APCSM guest segment Pet of the Week.
Hi, I'm Katie with the Animal Protection Center, and today we have a little Iris.
With help from special correspondent Wyatt Fain. Join us
For Easton News.
Playing 6 o'clock Friday, Saturday, and Sundays.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the official first episode of Eatin' with ECAT. My name is Joseph Taft.
I'm Jack Ryan.
And I'm Abby Kitchenham.
We are, in fact, your co-hosts, and we are determined to bring you all the big eats that you can handle. So listen, if you're a foodie, you're not going to want to miss any of the action. Check out our website, www.eastoncat.org, or find us on social, at EastonCat, to find this episode on demand.
Oh, you're going down, Bishop. You're going down. You're going down.
I got through the foam, and I'm getting a little more down to the... It's like...
The fact that there's jelly in this just unsettles me.
A Reuben sandwich is the best sandwich out. The sauerkraut mixed with the Thousand Island and the rye bread.
This is something I have never seen before.
We're good. We're all family here.
Where does the ice cream begin?
Big
and
bite.
the whipped cream end.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of For the Love of Words.
After a 3-year hiatus, join me, John Holgerson, and
Priscilla Almquist Olsen,
as we interview poets and musicians.
Could you give the audience a little summary of your background as a child?
When I turned 7 or so, we were car bombed. That stuck out.
And have them share their love of words.
Sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me?
A thin broth of moonlight caught in the trees spreads across the garden brush, so one side of every stick shimmers while the other sides melt into one another, a mass grave of cherry, pear, and pine.
For the Love of Words at 7 p.m. on Thursdays.
In 2023, Easton is a tight-knit community of 25,000 people. But with the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to forget our past. A time when Easton's population was 6,000.
Everybody knew who everybody
everybody
was.
And there was respect.
There was respect for everyone.
When kids enjoyed great freedom and independence.
Everybody was poor at today's standards. But we all were in the same boat, and we enjoyed life.
So join me, Priscilla Almquist-Olsen, as I explore what makes Easton so very special with some of its lifetime residents.
I think Easton has so much to offer, and if you're living in a community, you have to know it.
Watch Growing Up in Easton Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Friday at 9 p.m. See you then.
Don't have time to sit down and watch ECAT programs? Don't worry, ECAT has got you covered. That's right, ECAT has
Podcast!
Yes! ECAT Podcast Channel has your favorite shows that you could listen to. Whether you want to chill and listen to the Ron Van Dam Show and hear him talk about what's bothering him that day, or the show hosted by local legends Stephanie Weinstein and Meredith Keach, where they talk about anything and everything, or take a listen to the weekly news hosted by Jack Ryan and Abby Kitchenham. Stay tuned in with Tiger Talk hosted by Oliver Ames students. Community Forum is where their host Priscilla talks about all things Easton. Easton residents can also find government meetings about various topics. You can find the podcast on Podbean and all your favorite podcast platforms. Just by searching ECAT or the ECAT podcast, you can find it all. The ECAT podcast channel is powered by Podbean, so either in the car ride or walking around town, you can always catch what's going on with ECAT. Happy listening!
Hi, I'm Ron Van Dam. I've been in radio for 3 decades now and have been doing a daily podcast-style show for a few years. But once a week, I come to the ECAT studio where they give me wine and cheese.
Hey, welcome to the program. How are you? Good to be with you. Hey, you're looking good today.
Thanks for being here. Make yourself comfortable. This won't take too long. It'll be a little bit painful for you, but in the long run, it's important for you to go through this. And I do a TV version of the podcast. I talk about what's going on in the world and in the area and give my opinions on things. That's both something to look forward to and also a warning. So tune in to see me move my mouth while I talk. Who knows? We might have something in common. Probably not, but you never know. Catch my show here, The Ron Van Dam Show, right here on ECAT.
It's the Ron Van Dam Show. Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Welcome to Service Matters, a weekly radio show that talks about the good things that are happening in local communities and beyond.
Since 1978, the Easton Food Pantry has been dedicated to providing food to our neighbors in times of need. As long as there's hungry people in our community, our doors are open, our hearts will be open to help.
We also like to talk about the good things that people do to make a difference, and in many cases, to make dreams real for folks out there in need.
Just to chat about, as you say, some of the good things in life. There's some of the good things, the great things, and the happy things.
And certainly watch us on ECAT, Easton Community Access Television.
Stephanie Weinstein.
And I'm Meredith Keach.
And we're realtors.
With Coldwell Banker in Easton.
And want to be movie stars.
Pretty much. I'd actually prefer to be a rock star.
Well, yeah.
Do not hit panic.
The market is not crashing. It smells of stardom.
It does smell like stardom in here.
Yeah. But it's very important as you age to have women friends, because women...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of basketball between Oliver Ames High School and Mansfield High School. We have a decent little game tonight here, as you're going to be catching the second half of this one, as the third quarter will begin very shortly. Just spoke with Coach Costello, and he is looking for his girls to keep the pace up and keep defending well, as Cameron Durba will start it up for the Tigers, giving to Avery Gamble. Gamble gives to Cadence Durba. who gets 2, and right off the bat, they do exactly what Coach Costello was looking for, keeping the pace up. Now let's see if they can continue to defend well. As Palanza puts the shot up and she can't get it to go, it'll be out of bounds and continues to, well, it stays Mansfield ball. Always played pretty well tonight so far. Defensively, they were very strong in the first quarter. Give up a little bit more. It looked like they were doing a little bit worse on defense in the second quarter until the second half of the second quarter, and then they started to strap down a little bit. As Santos puts up a shot, she can't get it. Durba tries to keep it in bounds, but cannot. Inbound goes to Palanza, who puts up the layup and gets it to go. Here comes Gamble. Costello not very pleased with the team's defense there on the inbound, as Durba's going to let a 3 fly from the wing. Can't get it. Rebound goes to Hilliard, who gives to Annie Riley. Puts the shot up and goes. Here comes Palanza bringing the ball up here for the Hornets. At the top of the key, guarded by Annie Riley. Crossover to the left side. She's going to put a little shot up and gets blocked by Riley. Great defense as Tigers looking to push the floor as always. Durba to Hilliard. Hilliard over to Riley in the corner. Back to Cameron Durba, who lets a 3 go from deep and knocks it down. Pushing the lead to 15 here for Oliver Ames. Just like that, timeout Mansfield. Big shot there for Oliver Ames. Cameron Durba, she shot that thing from the parking lot. She has unlimited range, folks. If you're just tuning in for the first time, this is the Don Byron Memorial Game here at Oliver Ames. If you'd like to donate to the Don Byron Memorial Foundation, you can do so on Venmo. Your donation will be going to Coaches vs. Cancer, as well as scholarships for the OA seniors. It is for a great cause. Make sure to send anything you can if you are able. Another quick fact about Coach Byron, he actually spent quite a few years in Mansfield as well, so it is only fitting that these two teams would be facing off on the night that memorializes him. He actually coached the Mansfield JV team for 5 years and then was promoted to the varsity coach and did that for the next 6 seasons. Then had a long coaching tenure in Abington for the Green Wave, and then came on back to the Hawk, coached Oliver Ames for even more years than he did with both Mansfield and Abington. So Mansfield going to take the ball here and try to do something with it offensively. Santos gives to Troilo, who then gives to Spanga. Spanga drives left and is blocked, rejected by Sarah Hilliard yet again. She is playing strong defense here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as she does every night. Seemingly every night. Inbound, knocked away by Cadence Durba. Fitzpatrick trying to make a pass. She does to Palanza, who lets a 3 fly. It is an air ball. Riley brings it up the floor. She passes back to Cameron Durba, who's going to let another 3 fly. It's going to hit the front rim. Rebound goes to Troilo and the Hornets. She will bring it up herself. Point guard responsibilities. Then she gives to 25 and back to Sophia Foley, who then gives to Spanga. That's Frankie Spanga. Top of the key back for Foley. Then to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Spanga in the corner. She's got 9. She picks up her dribble and gives to Santos at the top of the key. Durba guarding her. She picks up her dribble, gives to Spanga with a short little jump shot. She can't get it to go. That is 33 seconds of great defense by the Tigers, but an offensive rebound bails out the Hornets, and they will get a new shot clock. A block does stop the clock, but they will have 33 seconds on this shot clock to potentially get something going. Inbound goes to Troilo as she goes up and is blocked again. That's Avery Gamble that time as Annie Riley brings the ball up the floor. Costello is saying to slow down the pace. Gamble's just going to let one fly from three. In and out. Looked good as Santos brings it up the floor herself. Switching hands, puts up the hook shot, right side, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound goes to the Tigers as Cadence Durba comes up with it. Brings it up herself, gets it to Riley. She gives back to Durba, who lets a three fly and knocks it down. Big shot by Cadence Durba and the Tigers as they go up 41-23 here. It's got to feel good seeing that one go down if you're Cadence Durba. Tigers are without one of their consistent starters this season, Maeve Horseman, as she has a boot on her left leg. She has been an anchor defensively for this team, as well as playing strong offense when called upon, so it is definitely a missing piece, but they are making it happen regardless. So far this season, Oliver Ames sitting at 11-1 in the Davenport, 11-3 on the season overall. Mansfield 9-3. That can't be right. It says they're 9. Oh no, that is right. They're 9-3 in the Davenport and 11-4 overall on the season. As the teams take the floor here again with 4:40 to play in the third. Tigers pressing, up by 18. As Palonza will get some space and take the ball up. She crosses over and goes over to the right side, gives. Driving into the paint and fouled will be number 25 for Mansfield. That's going to be 2 free throws. Stop the clock here with 4:28 to play in the quarter. At the line shooting 2 is Sophia Foley. First free throw is up and off the front rim, no good, so the lead will stay at where it is for the moment. Second free throw is an air ball. So Mansfield had a chance to cut into that lead a little bit, but cannot make it happen as Costello is directing his girls on defense. I'm sorry, on offense. He's just telling them where to stand. So Gamble driving, looking. She gets some space, puts it up with the right hand, and gets it to go. Avery Gamble's been one of the most consistent scorers for the Tigers this season. She continues to prove that tonight as she puts the Tigers up by 20. Here is Mansfield. Santos on the wing gives to number 3. That is Kelsey O'Connor. Back to Santos at the top of the key. O'Connor looking to drive on Hilliard. That's probably not a great idea, so she gives it back to Santos, who travels. Another turnover for the Hornets and another turnover caused by the Tigers defense. Hilliard going up to the top of the key to set a screen. Down to Durba in the post. She can't get it. Gets her own offensive rebound falling away. Can't get the second one to go. Troilo looking to use the screen from Santos. Gets it to her. She puts up a little jump shot from mid-range and knocks it down. Nice looking shot by Santos. Gamble slowing it down as couple of girls come up to set screens here for the Tigers, both Durba sisters, as Cameron takes it to the top of the key. Hilliard calling for the ball at the free throw line and gets it to Riley, who drives baseline, puts it up with a little floater, and it does not go. A good look, though, by the Tigers as they move the ball well offensively there. Catherine Farley will come into the game for the Tigers, as will Mary Rhodes. Tigers get the rebound, and they're pushing up the floor. Hilliard goes to Durba. Durba does not dribble, gives back to Hilliard. Front rim, fight for the rebound. Hilliard gets it back. Not sure if that pass was for Riley or Durba, but Durba lets it fly. She misses, but Gamble gets the offensive rebound, and it is fought for, and we get a jump ball. Fought for between Durba and Santos. Santos will come off the floor for Mansfield as they make some substitutions here. They got Sophie Klang. They got Caitlin Troilo, Kelsey O'Connor, Sadie Jablonski, and Ella Palanza. Troilo lets it fly for three. She cannot get it to go. She was left open. .2:11 to play in the quarter. Inbounded by Klang to Palanza, who rips through and goes left. Little floater off the glass, can't get it. Gets her own offensive rebound, goes up. And wow, that ball went around the toilet bowl and could not go. So she's going to get 2 free throws. Tigers very fortunate that was not an and one opportunity for Palanza. Strong offensive play, though, by her on that last possession. Free throw by Palanza is good. That one looked questionable off the rim, but it got a lucky bounce. Second free throw is good. Looked much, much cleaner. Here comes Rhodes in the Tigers offense up the floor. She comes up the left side, brings it back to the middle, gives to Hilliard. Hilliard rips through and gives down to Farley, who puts up a little hook shot, does not get it to go. That's the shot that she wanted. She just could not get it to fall off the back rim as the ball is tipped by Hilliard, tipped again. Ball kept inbounds by Klang. Fight for the basketball. Mansfield gets it and knocks down the shot. 43-29 with 1:30 to go. Durba gets hit in the face, and she basically plays defense on Dupil. But she got it to her without turning the ball over, so that was impressive. Driving left, she gets stuffed by a bunch of Hornets as Rhodes gets fouled. She will be going to the line off that floater attempt. She will get 2 free throws. Foul will be on Sadie Jablonski as Rhodes will shoot 2 free throws. Rhodes gets the first one. Oh. Gets the first one to push this one back up to 15. Another fun fact about legendary OA coach Don Byron, as well as legendary Mansfield coach, taught 8th grade math in Mansfield for 35 years. If that's not dedication, I'm not really sure what is. Of course, everybody knows him as Coach Byron, but a lot of people knew him as a teacher as well throughout the years, and I'm sure that leaves its imprint as well, as the 3 is knocked down there by Ella Palanza. Foul will go on. I believe that's going to be on Palanza. There it is. Scoreboard reads 45-32 Oliver Ames. As Durba passes it in, gets it to Durba. Durba back to Durba, who picks up her dribble and gives to Farley, who is fouled going into the lane. She's going to shoot 2 free throws here. Strong drive by Catherine Farley as she is hacked under the basket. That one may have been on Palanza as well. No, actually, that one's on Spanga. Farley misses the first. As we're going to get some substitutions here for the Hornets. Santos coming back into the game. Foley coming back into the game, as well as Fitzpatrick. Farley's second free throw is up and no good. Rebound fought for. It is off of Santos, and Gamble working hard to get her team the possession back in the hands of the Tigers. So ball will be inbounded by Cameron Durba, as she tends to do. Throws the ball off of the Mansfield player's foot there and gets to Gamble. Durba gets a screen from Farley, going to let a three fly, goes off the backboard. Rebounded by Farley. Another offensive rebound by Cameron Durba as they keep the ball. Farley, a little floater off the backboard and in. 47-32 now as they push the lead back up to 15. Here's Klang. Klang giving to Foley. Foley looking for a teammate. Gets it to number 11, that's Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick at the top of the key. Drives right side on Durba. Front rim, no good. Rebound was almost to the Tigers, but it goes off of maybe a shin and rolls out of bounds. So now we have 14.7 ticks to go in the third quarter. Santos. Bounce pass down into Palanza, who flails and cannot get a foul call. Durba puts it up with the left and can't get it, as Palanza's shot is going to be late. And we will head into the fourth quarter, OA with a 15-point lead in this one against a strong Mansfield opponent. They have played well on both sides of the floor, as there will be some substitutions here to start the fourth quarter. Once again, we would like to make as clear as possible that tonight is the Don Byron Memorial Game. Coach Byron coached many, many seasons with Oliver Ames as well as Mansfield, and we are honoring him tonight. You can donate to the Don Byron Memorial Foundation on Venmo at the handle on your screen at this moment, Don Byron Memorial Foundation. Your donation will go to Coaches versus Cancer, as well as scholarships for the OA seniors. Oh, I see what I did there. Both teams playing very hard tonight. As we'll get the fourth quarter started here, Durba is going to inbound it to Avery Gamble, and here we go. Durba down to Cadence, who there may have been contact, but there is no call. Pass goes up the floor as Mansfield pushes the basketball and gets free throws. That's going to be Fitzpatrick going to the line for two. The senior guard. She's played well tonight for the Mansfield Hornets. First free throw is good. As she lines up for the second free throw, it is up and it is no good. Offensive rebound by Santos though, and she gets two. As Avery Gamble brings the ball up the floor here for the Tigers. Putting the defender Fitzpatrick on skates, getting it to Cameron Durba, who drives, passes to Hilliard in the short corner, who gives back to Durba. Durba with 17, gives to her sister, who lets the three fly off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Mansfield. Here comes Palanza. Palanza driving right, gives to Santos. Santos up fakes and goes down into the post on Durba, goes up and cannot get it. Airballed it. Riley crosses over. That's going to be a travel as she lost the handle. Maybe tripped up a little bit. Timeout, Oliver Ames. Yes. Timeout goes to Oliver Ames as Mansfield cuts the lead to 12. OA trying to stay in control of this one here late. Coach Costello immediately, as soon as he saw a little bit of wavering from his girls, he called one, because that's what a good coach does. He wants to bring them back in, corral his players, and make sure everybody's on the same page. Especially with Mae Forsman out of the lineup tonight. A defensive anchor, just an overall anchor for this basketball team. Back onto the floor for the Tigers. Durba, Gamble, Hilliard, and Riley. On the floor for Mansfield, you got Palanza, Troilo, Santos, Fitzpatrick, and O'Connor. Turnover, and the ball goes back into the possession of the Tigers. Whistle, looks like they want to inbound this ball a little bit closer to the baseline side. Gamble will give to Durba, as she will bring the ball up the floor here in this one. Pass goes to Cadence, who gives down into the block for Hilliard, who bounce passes. It's tipped by Fitzpatrick. Shot by Hilliard, no good. Rebounded by number 3, that's Kelsey O'Connor. Here comes Mansfield, driving up the floor as Palanza. Palanza takes it back and resets the offense. Here comes Fitzpatrick. Santos. Palanza again, looking for a screen from Santos. Doesn't need it. She has the open 3, and she knocks it down. Ella Palanza for 3, as they cut the lead to single digits here with just over 6 to go. But Annie Riley's wide open for a layup, and it does not go. Off a couple of sides of the rim, as Mansfield with a chance to cut into this lead even further. Here is Troilo resetting the offense. She drives left. She has a lane, but she can't get it to go. Good defense by Gamble on the contest, as it will be Oliver Ames basketball. Durba directing her fellow offensive players on this press inbound. Sketchy bounce pass to Gamble, but it worked out, as there is a foul on Troilo. Durba will inbound to Rhodes. Rhodes takes it up the right side, taking her time, calls for a screen, but then gives, maybe it wasn't a call for a screen, gives to Durba, who gives to her sister. The layup is no good. Rebound goes to Foley, who brings it up the floor herself in the pink shoes. Looking, it's Troilo, Santos bounce pass into the paint for Fitzpatrick. She gets 2. 7-point ball game here. Contact between Durba and Santos. White basketball. Timeout, Oliver Ames. Mansfield coach is not super excited about that call, as it seemed like the contact, I wouldn't say it was initiated by Cadence Durba, but it was certainly not contact that was, what's the word I'm looking for? Accepted. She was willing to make a play for her team. But 5:13 to play, 7-point ball game as Mansfield is cut into this one. We got a ball game. I'd expect nothing less tonight between two teams that have 11 wins this season on the year. Two pretty strong teams in the Davenport. Inbound will go to Gamble as she will take the ball up nice and slow. With 30 seconds on the shot clock, gives to Cadence Durba. Durba gives to Rhodes at the top of the key, who drives, and it is taken away by Foley, who takes it all the way herself and gets 2. Gamble on the right side of the floor slows it down. Looks for a screen from Durba, doesn't get it. Gives to Hilliard, who looks to drive. She goes left and passes to Cameron Durba, who then gives back to Hilliard, who crosses into the lane. There's some contact there, and there's no call. As she misses the layup, Mansfield brings the ball up the floor. It's Santos with a jump shot. Doesn't go, but Fitzpatrick gets the rebound. Then it's Spanga with the rebound, but it goes off of her and will be Oliver Ames basketball. Inbound goes to Gamble, and here come the Tigers again, taking their time up the floor, trying to push the clock down to as low as they possibly can during these offensive possessions. Rhodes crosses over. She has a lane, and the foul is called on number 25, Sophia Foley. .4:11 to play now. Durba inbounds to her sister, who drives, picks up her dribble, and looking for a pass, finds Cadence Durba at the top of the key, who eyes down Hilliard and finds her. Pass gets through to Rhodes as she is fouled on the floor. She had picked up her dribble and was fouled, so Cadence Durba is going to pass the ball in here. That's a lie. Cameron Durba is going to pass the ball in here as Coach Costello instructs exactly what he wants his team to do here. Inbound play. It's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Tiger ball. Cameron Durba will take the ball out over by the announcer's table here on the left side of the floor. I guess it's my left. Durba finds Gamble. Gamble finds Rhodes. Rhodes finds Durba. Durba lets it fly from 3. No good. Rebound goes to Mansfield and Sadie Jablonski, who finds Sophia Foley. Foley dribbling, finds Palanza. Ella Palanza. Back to Foley. Foley driving left, goes into the lane. Left-handed layup goes. 3-point ball game. Durba finds Gamble. Gamble crosses over and goes into the lane. There's some contact there. Puts up a floater. No good. Palanza the rebound. Mansfield they are clicking here offensively and defensively. It is all coming together here for the Hornets at the right time. Pass goes to Spanga, who may not have been prepared for it. They're going to call a foul on Avery Gamble here. 3:11 to play in the game, excuse me. At least in regulation. Timeout is called by Mansfield. We have a 3-point ball game, as this game was not close in the first half, not even in the third quarter. But Oliver Ames is facing a challenge here late in the ball game, late in the season, as they've only been defeated by a couple of ranked squads, as well as Foxborough, who is a massive force in the Hockomock, undefeated, as they announce the winner of the 50-50 raffle, if I'm not mistaken. The girls still look determined. They look as though they can pull this one out. Their faces do not show me that they are nervous in any way. They've been through it together, and they're going to do everything that they can to bring this one home with Maeve Horseman on the bench. .3:11 to play in this one as OA leads by 3. Inbound goes to Santos, who gives back to Foley. This has been the lineup here for Mansfield during this big run. Gives to Polonza, who is trailed by Durba. She lets one fly. It is off the backboard and does not hit anything else. The foul will go against Mansfield and seemingly will send Cadence Durba to the line to shoot some free throws here. A quick foul as she will try and extend this lead for the Tigers. The senior captain puts the ball down, and the free throw is up and good. Makes it a two-possession ball game here. Big exhale from Durba. She puts it up and gets it to go. Stone cold from the line here as Foley gives to Troilo. Troilo hasn't been a huge part of this offensive storm here in the fourth quarter, but she is looking to move the ball around. Polonza gives to Santos, who lets a three-ball fly and knocks it down. Cara Santos with a big shot to bring this game to 2. See how important those free throws were by Cadence Durba? Massive, as Avery Gamble directs the offense. Cameron Durba gives to Cadence in the corner for 3. Off the back rim, no good. Here comes Mansfield quickly. And the foul will be called on Cameron Durba on a reach. Some folks in the stands tonight who may disagree with that call. It was a good-looking shot by Durba. But now the Tigers are going to have to play some defense here with 2:18 to play in the ball game. Troilo looking to set up her offense. She runs over to the left side. There's some contact, and it is a travel on Santos as she could not find anyone to pass to. OA is going to get the ball back. Nice defensive possession there, as I'm sure they will take as much time off this clock as Mansfield will let them. But they'll also be looking for a good shot here. Down to the final 2 minutes of this one. Durba sizing up her defender, Troilo, gives to Gamble on the wing. Surveying and driving, gives to Cadence Durba, who gives to Cameron, her sister. A little slip screen, and it goes to Sarah Hilliard, who surveys the floor as well. They have 14 on the clock. Gives to Cadence Durba, who up fakes and is blocked. Here's Polonza. 2-point ball game, minute 30 to go. Annie Riley playing defense. Shot is up and in for Caitlin Troilo, right on cue, as the game is tied now, 49-49 with just a minute and 20 to play. Gamble has the ball, top of the key, looking for a screen from Durba and gets it. Drives into the lane, left-handed layup goes, big shot by Avery Gamble, and the timeout will be called by Mansfield. A big shot. This has been an exciting fourth quarter if you're a Mansfield fan. If you're an Oliver Ames fan, this has been nerve-wracking to say the least. But they are holding on to this lead with just a minute and 10 seconds to go as they call off a couple of more of the raffle winners tonight. This is the Don Byron Memorial Game, as with just a minute to play, we will remind you that you can donate to @Don Byron Memorial Foundation on Venmo. Your donation will be going to Coaches vs. Cancer, as well as scholarships for Oliver Ames seniors. So if you want to honor the legendary Coach Byron, and if you have the means, feel free to donate to the foundation on Venmo. Just a minute and 10 remaining in the ball game, as OA will look to take this one home. Minute and 10 to play. I let the clock run there on accident. I apologize. As the inbound will go to Troilo, who proved me wrong, hit a bucket right when the team needed it with a couple of Tiger hands in her face. Foley on the left wing with Hilliard guarding. The screen, that's a moving screen, but they don't want to call that. Polonza gives to Fitzpatrick, who gives to Santos, who lets the 3-ball fly off the backboard and in. 50 seconds to play. Mansfield by 1. Gamble with the ball. Looks for a screen. Gives to Cameron Durba. Cameron Durba driving into the lane. Gives to Sarah Hilliard, who goes baseline. Goes up with a hook shot and is blocked. Gamble gets the ball back. 32 seconds to play. They got her. She goes up. Left-handed layup goes! Avery Gamble puts all the way up by 1. With 25 ticks to play, a huge shot as Hilliard missed the reverse layup / hook shot. But the Tigers are able to corral the offensive rebound, and Gamble makes it count. A huge shot with 25.6 left on the clock. Back and forth final minutes of the ball game here as OA faces one of their biggest tests this season so far that hasn't been. Their 3 losses this season have been not very close. So, and a lot of their wins have been blowouts. So this is one of the biggest competition / challenges that OA has faced this season. It is, as Coach Costello talks to his girls with the same urgency that he gives them all the time. A huge shot by Avery Gamble there, as now it comes down to Oliver Ames' defense, which has been strong all season, but Mansfield is just hitting everything here in this fourth quarter, so we will see what they look to do with this potentially final possession of the ball game. Ball will be inbounded by Fitzpatrick. It goes to Troilo, guarded by here's Palanza. It's Rhodes defending on Troilo. Gives to Foley. Palanza. Riley moving her feet. Playing good defense. The layup goes in and out. Ball is off of OA. That shot was in and out. But good defense by Annie Riley. As the timeout is called, I would assume by Mansfield. 7.7 seconds remaining in this one. That was not a bad look. That was not a bad look for the Hornets, but they will need to get at least one more good look. They'll need to get one more shot up with 7.7 to play. Rhodes will stay on the floor for the Tigers to help with defense, as it is Rhodes, Durba, Gamble, Hilliard, and Riley. Cameron Durba is not on the floor, but this is all about defense right now, ladies and gentlemen. Seven seconds remain, as Mansfield will possess the ball with 7.7 to go. They bring out their main 5, who have led them throughout this entire fourth quarter comeback. Fitzpatrick will pass the ball in. Riley defending on the baseline. The inbound pass goes to Palanza, who there's contact. Santos the rebound. She gets it to go. Santos hits the layup and puts Mansfield up by 1 with 3 seconds to play in the ball game. They've just hit everything down the stretch. Thought there was contact on the first layup, but it's been a very minimal foul calls tonight from the referees on both sides of the floor. As now Oliver Ames will have 3 seconds to try and push the ball up the floor and make a game-winning shot. Mansfield has only led by 1 point a couple of times in this game. And they do it again at the most important time. Durba is back on the floor. Cameron Durba back on the floor for the Tigers. Mary Rhodes is in as well with Cadence Durba, Sarah Hilliard, and Avery Gamble also in the ball game as they will look to push the ball up the floor and try to make something happen. Durba rolls it to her sister. Here comes Cameron up the floor, dribbles in and out, and that is not going to be in time as Mansfield has completed the upset victory, the comeback victory over the Oliver Ames Tigers here in the Don Byron Memorial game. Wow. What a game here from the Nixon Gymnasium as Mansfield showed out here in the final quarter of play and got a big win to, if I'm correct, pass up Oliver Ames in the Davenport. Both teams played their absolute hearts out as Cadence Durba hugs Avery Gamble coming off the floor, telling everyone to keep their chin up. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to just about wrap up the coverage for tonight's game. Again, make sure to donate to the Don Byron Memorial Foundation if you are able. Your donation will go to Coaches vs. Cancer as well as scholarships for the OA seniors. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. My name has been Joseph Taft. I am signing off. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your evening.
Oliver Ames Sports are sponsored by Bank of Easton, Easton Lions Club, Law Firm of Sutton & Sutton, Doug King Builders Incorporated. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for their support in producing this sports season.